Every time it comes on, I get a ton of great email. I said, Neil, why don't you sound like Mike? Anyway, good to have you. And I'm thinking of you because what you have been pushing, you were decades ahead of this trend to say, look, guys, long before the college loan situation and forgiving tens of millions of them now, there were alternatives, and we ignored them. There was a day when we had SHOP and all of that in schools, and now we're realizing that we might have made a big mistake getting rid of all that.
I've always thought you could walk back just about every major issue you've discussed on this topic to the day somebody decided that it would be a good idea to take shop class out of high school. I think the unintended consequences of doing that can explain $1.7 trillion in outstanding student loans, 10 million open positions that don't require a four-year degree, but rather training, and this sort of schizophrenic relationship we have with the definition of a good job, which is one of the few things that's truly in our control. We get to decide what that means. There's a lot of other stuff that concerned parents can't do much about. But the stigmas and the stereotypes and the myths and the misperceptions that keep people from exploring careers in the trades, they're starting to get a little wobbly. People are looking at it again, and it's great news. And while I have nothing inherently against a four-year degree, I was quietly thrilled. Not going to take a victory lap, but quietly thrilled.
I think you should.
To see the tuitions, or not the tuitions, but the enrollments going down as trade schools go up. It's high time.
And like we were discussing this past weekend, and I know you pounded a lot, as other countries love the trade skills. In Italy, of course, mechanics are valued. In Germany, the same place. Electricians in Europe in general. Here, it's very, very different. I joked about the fact that my plumber has people when he comes to my house. If he comes.
If he comes, right? Well, look, that's the conversation now. It's not just, hey, did you know you could make 200 grand as a plumber? Or did you know these companies are desperate for plumbers? Now it's about how long do you want to wait for the plumber, the electrician?
Good point.
And so you get 300 million people involved in the conversation, then it goes way beyond the cost of college, and it goes way beyond the cost of lost opportunities, and it gets real personal. My toilet's not flushing, Neil.
Right.
And I don't know how to fix this. How long do I want to wait for somebody to come? And it used to be hours, then it was days. Now I challenge you to find a general contractor in the midst of a project that's going to come in on budget and in time.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
They don't exist.
Yeah. Many of them are Italian. And they just have reverse attitude issues.
Sure.
But I kid. But, we were looking, we always do our homework, Mike, for you, because we have to be up to speed, and you have that deep voice, and it scares me. But it was interesting when I was looking what salaries are in some of these so-called blue-collar professions that people used to poo-poo. A construction manager, top-level construction manager, this is considered, means the top 10% salary in any given field makes about $172,000 a year. An electrician, over $104,000. A plumber, over $103,000. Auto mechanic, $77,000 plus. That auto thing has got to be wrong, because my guy has two homes and on vacation home he can't find yet. But what do you make of that? If you show this to a kid and you just say, game over here.
The evidence demands a verdict. And for a long time, we just didn't want to look at the evidence because it was inconvenient.
Yeah.
And it created a kind of cognitive dissonance to the prevailing narrative, which is the best path for the most people is a four-year degree. This is the problem. And to your point with our friends in Italy and South Korea and Germany and so forth, higher ed needed a better PR campaign in the 60s and 70s. We need more engineers. We need more doctors.
Right.
And so the push toward that occurred. But like all PR, it just went too far. Yeah. And we weren't content to simply say, hey, look at what this path look at where it could take you. We had to say, if you don't take this path, you're going to be stuck over here turning a wrench, being the aforementioned electrician, steam fitter, pipe fitter, plumber. Right. And so we used the trades as a cautionary tale, and we used trade schools as the place to go if your kid wasn't cut out for the Ivies. And we freed up a bottomless pile of free money, and we put an obscene amount of pressure on a whole generation of kids to borrow whatever it took to invest in their future. Those salaries are only half the story. The other story is a lot of those people are not saddled with $200,000-$300,000 in debt.
Yeah.
So they're
I wonder how
starting.
they feel about financing the debt forgiveness.
Not good.
That's going on, right?
Not. I got 2,000 people have gone through my foundation.
That's amazing.
None of them have a 4-year degree. All of them are working in their chosen vocations. Many are making 6 figures a year. And to ask those people to their face, nobody's suggesting to pay off the lease on their F-150 or their F-250.
Right.
The tools of their trade are their burden. But the tool hanging on the wall, the diploma, also known as the receipt, oh, that's something we're all going to need to pay for. That does not play in Peoria.
It does not. You know, Mike, one thing I love about you, you never forgot where you came from. And you have now these thousands of kids who are benefiting. Any one of them you can call up at a moment's notice and get someone over to fix your toilet, which is very, very important.
The tragedy, Neil, is I have not yet committed to the indoor plumbing in my home. I keep things very simple, and so if I can't fix it, I don't want it.
There we go. What happens at the Rowe home stays at the Rowe home. Mike, so good seeing you again.
$1 million right now at MikeRoweWorks.org and work ethic scholarships. We're giving it away. Go get some.
Good for you. And anyone want guidance on the municipal bond market and how I can guide you with that? Free advice.
Hey, thanks for having me in person, man. It's
I love
so
it.
nice
I love
to be here, like, in reality
Same
for
here.
once.
Good luck coming out of your shell. I think it's working. Mike Rowe, isn't he great? I love more for this.